All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. How's been the week so far? Well, welcome to today's Technical Tuesday. So let me start from the 4 hours time frame. I know we had this couple of weeks ago, which we were talking of. This guy has been giving us a kind of impulse and correction movement. Impulse and correction movement. And if you see what we have on ADUSD, we currently have all this correction now, which I'm currently expecting another impulse movement to the upside. And if we check what we have here, if we check what we have, if you notice, I marked out this extreme level here on this 4 hours time frame. And also, I'm also looking at this particular level here, which if you check this my Fibonacci retracement here, we had 50% level. To me, it's like a little bit below 50% level. So having that particular level, I was expecting markets to give us a good entry condition for us to take a buy so that we can have another good impulse movement. If we check, whenever we have these corrections, then we are expecting impulse. So since we had this at 50%, I'm currently expecting another impulse movement to the upside, which on the 1 hour time frame, I've gotten a kind of a shift to the upside on the 1 hour time frame. So if you check what we have here, the 1 hour time frame has given us this internal structure shift here. This is a change of character of that particular direction that was selling before now. And immediately we got this change of character, and I need to look for a very good level which that change of character can come to respect it and give us another good impulse movement. If you notice what is happening here now, I'm only focusing on these internal structures based on what the 4 hours trend has given me already. So I'm expecting that impulse movement to the upside. I'm having this 1 hour hobby here. This is a 1 hour hobby I'm looking at. And if you check here, the market has already given me a kind of liquidity sitting within this particular range. Another thing you have to take note is look at how this market is even trying to sell to. It still looks like correction compared to when we have this buy movement here. So the market seems to be faster when we have this buy than this sell movement, which is the correction we are looking at. So I've gotten all my conditions on the internal structure. And one of the reasons why I need to even wait for this change of character to take a buy is because of this 4 hours OB that is in this particular level here, which is more of discount price. Because the first one we are having is just a little below 50%. So I've seen the change of character to the upside now on the 1 hour time frame. Now we're not expecting mitigation of this 1 hour hobby for us to catch a good buy movement to the upside. And I'm already seeing additional confluence for me to take this particular buy, which is liquidity grab. We respect this 1 hour hobby, then we expect an impulse movement to the upside. So, and for the ADUSD, I'm not really going too far. I'm targeting just this particular height here. So giving average of 1 to 5, having this kind of a setup, that's about 112 pips to the upside. So I'm targeting 1 to 5 on ADUSD. This market can choose to continue going to heaven, but having that 1 to 5 is a very good one. So this is the first guy I'm looking at for the week. ADS, which I'm patiently waiting for the market reaction back to this level. If you have a very good entry condition, you can choose to use your entry condition. Some people will tell you maybe they are looking at a pin bar within this particular range, maybe on 1 minute or 5 minutes. Fine, depending on the kind of entry conditions you have to take your trade. If I'm using my entry condition within this range again, that means it will reduce this my stop loss pips, that is 22 or 20 pips stop loss here. So it will reduce it to maybe average of 10 pips if you wait for another lower time frame entry condition with that particular level. So if you are to also use your pin bar, fine. So your pin bar is what you want to see before you start buying on ADUSD. So this is the first setup I have for the day. And I'm also looking at ADC share. Now, I know we took a couple of buy movement on ADC share weeks ago, which we are targeting mitigation of this particular daily hobby. We marked this out very long time. That's why we've been buying this guy. So currently now, I stopped buying it, and I'm expecting. This market has been a sell market on the bigger picture. So, and we have this impulse move to downside. All these are corrections. We took advantage of this correction a couple of weeks ago that we're buying. So currently now, ADS is approaching level for sell, the major level for sell. So if you are taking a buy here, I mean a sell here, we are targeting just this particular level here. So within this particular range now, that's what I'm looking for this week. That let's have a mitigation of this particular daily OB. Then we now got, as usual, a lower time frame entry in shorting ADC chef. And something I need you guys to understand is ADC chef give entry conditions, especially head and shoulder or inverse head and shoulder. I know we've taken multiple trades on this guy that we were looking for those lower time frame, and it plays out for us. So currently now, I'm also waiting for the same thing at this daily hobby, which market is very close to, very, very close to. Now, I want us to share something on 4 hours if we are looking for that sell. Before, I was targeting the market mitigating this level so I can join them to a buy to the upside. But if you notice, the market just induced that particular level and pushed up. And if you check on 1 hour, I don't really have any good, I think that one is 15 minutes. So we don't really have any unmitigated level, which I'm expecting ADC chef to mitigate before going up. I think, okay, let me see. Okay. So someone can be looking at this particular level here. Though the point is, I'm not even ready to buy it. So I'm expecting this market to just come back to this level so that it can give us our entry conditions to start selling. So ADC chef is very close to sell order block, and that's why I'm waiting patiently for that mitigation so that I can be able to join the markets to the downside. I think here you can choose to refine this particular level to coming. This is a 4 hours hobby of that particular daily hobby. So if you are targeting that level, fine. Which the daily hobby should have given us a lot of drama. So which 4 hours will now define that level for us. So, but in the course of the week, if I have good entry levels for this particular thing, I would definitely update it so that we can see level. If anybody have, you can also let us know. If you're also looking at ADC chef, I don't like to trade this zone. Is too. So there's a lot of noise. I think this is another one you can trade. There's a lot of noise in that first one. Let's look at. But I'm not really seeing it coming back to this extreme level here. So that's another thing. I know I marked this out too, which we were expecting this mitigation, but this level would have been a good level. We can still join the buy from. Can still join the buy from this hand here. So definitely we'll be looking at immediate high. So, but me, I'll be targeting this immediate high here instead of looking at this high. So I think this is a 15-minute will be looking at this range. And we are having a lot of liquidity levels there to be grabbed before coming back here. So I think I'll still look out more for this, but I'm really big on the selling because the market is very close to our sell orders. So that is that for ABC chef, and for Euro USD. I'm currently waiting for. I know we had this, and the market is still within this particular correction mode, which I'm seeing this level as a very good level. Why? I'm expecting them to also grab liquidity. Then let's continue with this particular impulse movement, which the international structure is the market is giving us. DSY is still following, Euro US is still following that DSY movement. So That is why I'm still looking at this buy opportunity on the Euro USD. So part of the confirmation is let's have liquidity grab here, then have our entry condition within this range, then we'll push to the upside. Let's check DSY to see. All right, so if you can see what we have here now, DSY is giving us exactly opposite of Euro USD. So based on what we have here, we are having this level. So HIMS 2 is still giving us correction. So once we have this mitigation and we have our lower time frame entry, we expect the sell to the downside. So if DSY that represent dollar is still selling, definitely the likes of Euro USD will still be following the opposite direction of DSY. So that's one of the reasons why I'm expecting this particular buy. I know that there's one of our guys that bought from here, which by now they should have been out of the market because I saw the setup on the group. We bought from this particular level. But why me, I already marked that I'm seeing the market building more liquidity here for this particular level. And I was also relating this to that DSY chart. That DSY is also giving me that same movement. It's the opposite of what Euro US is giving me. So that's why I'm still patiently waiting for a buy for this week on Euro USD. On Euro USD. So having said that, I have pounds AUD. I know somebody was talking about this pounds AUD, which we were able to take sell from here last week Sunday or so. We're targeting this OB here. We have this on the daily time frame. We're expecting mitigation on this daily OB, which the market ran into. That's why we took that sell on that lower time frame, and the market has already mitigated this daily OB. So since we have this mitigation already, then the next question is how do we join the market? So currently now, I'm looking at a shift to the upside on the 1 hour time frame. So this is what we have. So on the 1 hour time frame, market is already giving me a good reason why I'll be buying pounds AUD. So the first thing is I'm expecting a shift here. And if you check what we have here, this guy is already giving me liquidity areas to be grabbed already. So I'm looking at this level here as liquidity areas, which the market should come and grab after I've gotten this change of character to the upside. This 1 hour. So the whole drama has happened, and it's also giving me additional confluence for my internal structure shift, which is the head and shoulder pattern. So I'm expecting that shift, mitigate, then let's have this. So this is how we always combine higher time frame to a lower time frame entry, especially on higher time frame order blocks. So I'm currently sitting and waiting for change of character on this 1 hour time frame to the upside, right? So once you have that, then they're already building liquidity for us already. Then we have this 1 hour hold to be mitigated. Then this level here will be a very good level for us to take a buy from pounds AUD. Please, I will get in this. I know we've been looking at this for a couple of weeks, which we had this sell here. And I said, we are just selling to here. Even though the market is going to the grave, no problem. Take your profit in the next low, in the next high, which the guys place as a projection. So now we're now waiting for a shift to the upside before taking a buy. Never forget that we are dealing with a daily hobby. So that's why we need to wait for that particular shift to the upside. So guys, this is something I want everybody to also mark out on their charts so that we can also follow it up. And the last I have is that of Euro New Zealand. So for Euro New Zealand, we're still expecting this is a daily hobby here, which we're expecting markets to come and mitigate. But currently now we are having this correction mode, which is very, very clear. We're expecting about 791 pips to this particular daily hobby. Even though you cannot cash out the 700 plus, but targeting average of 43200 within this particular next impulse movement we're expecting. So I was expecting a mitigation here to join this correction to the upside. The market chooses not to do that, no problem. So now I'm looking at this particular 4 hours OB where I'm expecting market pulling in. Give us that entry conditions, then we take our shots to the downside. So on Euro New Zealand, we're still coming back to our entry levels for us to catch that sell to the downside. And I know we have another OB at the back here, at the top here. But looking at that OB, I was looking at this one because of the kind of market movement we've gotten already here. Then this guy pushed to the downside, taking structures to the downside. And that's why we need to wait for a lower time frame entry condition to take a shot on Euro New Zealand. So guys, this is what I have for the week. And I would like to ask question. Any question from the house, from the list, I'll be able to pull out. And also, if you have one or two things to contribute to it, please let me hear from us. Let me hear from us. Let me hear from us. This Technical Tuesday.
Good morning, house. Thank you. Good to be back. Why are you not looking at the device?
Yeah, for Euro New Zealand, right?
Yes, sir.
The only area I was ready to buy from was this market order flow that we had here. You know, we had this mitigation here, which a buy
Yes.
was activated here. So, and that buy, you know, if you check here, the internal structure did not really give me a shift. Though I love the correction mode. You understand that now? I love the correction mode. The buy activated, I could not take that buy because I was still looking at, let me see or to be sure of that correction to the upside. So when we had this shift here to the upside, I now marked out this will be
Okay.
here. So which I was expecting markets to drop and mitigate this
Price
V
to drop to yes and take a buy
from here. And another thing is, if I can have correction mode coming back here, I'll be confident to take that buy too. Though if you check now, the market is even struggling trying to go back. I don't know, maybe you notice that on this chart now. The market is, you know, finding it so difficult to
yes.
push. So to me, I just feel like the market is building more of liquidity for that particular 4 hours will be
And we
mitigation. So
have
if the
both
market,
we have both order flow. So we just have to be
mm,
careful not to get trapped.
yeah. So if we have good correction back to this level here, I won't mind. I'll still take the buy since the internal structure is presenting to me for that structure to the upside. So I'll still take the buy. So, but I'm more of that sell because I know if I catch this sell here with lower time frame entry, targeting average of about 3 to 400 pips will be a very good one, at least to this immediate low here. That's 400 pips. To this immediate low here, that's 400 pips. So if I have this just one trade, I may not even trade again for the month and just allow it to just be doing its thing. So that's why I'm big on this on the sell than that of the buy.
On the sales. Okay, sir.
I believe the pounds AUD is clear, right? Mr. Victor, I know you are also trading pounds AUD. What's your projection on pounds AUD? I
Pounds
know you also.
AUD. It's not on my list now. What I'm
Oh,
looking
okay.
at is NZD,
GBP.
GBP NZD. But they are almost having the same end.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Having almost the same market movement. Okay, let's look at it together. So what are you looking at on pounds New Zealand? Let's see. They are both sitting in a good. Okay, I
Yeah,
think pounds New Zealand has done shift already. Oh.
it has done shift internally. So
Yeah,
I'm not looking for a way to because already the shift it did. This morning we have a pull to 15 minutes OB, which he has not fully mitigated. I'm seeing that as an inducement, which I've marked out. So,
do
um,
you consider this
okay,
level as inducement,
okay, yeah.
or do you consider that
That
4 hours
level,
OD?
this 4 hours OB, I'm still considering it because I don't know what market does, but I don't still believe market will still come back to that 4 hours OB. But
Then which
yet,
which OB which OB are you looking at? Because on the four
okay,
hours, then this is the only.
let's go to 1 hour.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Now let me use my
Yeah,
annotation.
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. This is a very good fair value gap for market to come into. This is a very good fair value gap for market to come into. Fine. But yet, we have this impulse move to the upside, which couldn't take out this high we have over here. Then before then, we now have this. This is an inducement for buyers, though. And after that, we have internal shift and a kind of a double shift to the upside here, to this level. You understand? So after then, because I'm also following the daily candles. After then, this market tried to pull to the upside to give us another break to the upside, but it couldn't do that. Then I'm now having this level over here now, this level over here, which market has not fully mitigated. So I'm now looking at it. If we go to 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm now looking at that area. Since this is let's go back to 1 hour, sir. Why I'm saying that is because since this is the leg that gave us that shift to the upside. This particular leg now is the one that gave that shift to the upside. Market has tested this level, like, without giving us shift. So I'm now looking at this leg that if market should come and take this level out, that is a kind of a shift for me. But yet we have a 4 hours OB, which is another high probability where market will come back to. But if market should come here and give me reason to buy, then I will enter and risk a little. So that is what I'm looking at on the Trans New Zealand.
Mr.
But
Victor,
yet the OB, I'm also looking at this down OB 4 hours OB, which is high
yeah.
probability.
Okay, K.
Mr. Victor, let me
Sir?
chip in what I saw during your
Okay.
analysis.
Yeah.
I will be expecting price to come down to that 4 hours block for me to look for a proper buy.
Exactly.
Why? Now, let me start from 4 hours, then we'll go to lower time frame. First of all, we already have a shift on 4 hours. This is a 4 hours downtrend, but we already have a shift. So that is our first major bullish bias. Now, why we have a shift on 4 hours, price has given us an engineer liquidity and a FVG, a fair value gap. Now, according to the way me I trade, the Malaysian Asian entry that I use for my own conference, I will be expecting price to come into this zone. Let's don't forget about the other block on 4 hours for now. Let's look at this zone, this previous zone that price took out, the previous other block that price took out. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Now, first of all, head and shoulder pattern. Me, funny enough, I don't even trade head and shoulder pattern, but this is another conference right now.
Yes.
But now another thing is this, Mr. Banks, please help me and delete the head and shoulder. If we look internally on 1 hour, this is a proper setup. So this zone that price filled is like a valid place, like money resting that price came to take out. So personally, I'll be expecting price action to drop into that same zone before we have like a corrective movement, before we have the main move to the upside. That is my second bias. Now, Mr. Baz, please let's check lower time frame, please. On 1 hour, let's start from 1 hour. So on 1 hour, I have a proper break of structure. Price has dropped down. Now I can understand why you are looking for a buy at this zone, but if it's old, I'll be expecting it to come and to clear out this liquidity here. So to me, it's going to be a short buy. To me, probably bounce around here before we have a pullback. But for a major buy, for a swing trade, for a major buy, I'll be looking at this extreme. I'll be looking at this extreme. Why? Because I have a bit of structure. I have a liquidity here. This fair value gap alone is enough for me to wait for price to come down and come and grab. So this low suggests a liquidity zone that price is still going to come to grab. Even if we are going to be having 100 pips above, it's going to be like how do I say it? It's going to be like more confirmation that we have more buys coming. And I'm sure if we have more buys from this zone, I'm sure if we look at the past price action, we will see a reason to sell back to this other block. It's not my peer, but according to your analysis, if you're taking a buy here, I will not advise you to hold for long because I will still be expecting some dump into the
Yeah.
zone.
Please, can I also chip something in on this guy?
Please go ahead.
So
Yeah.
basically, yes, Vic, Mr. Ban, please go to 4 hours. Yes. So we've waited for this guy for the longest, and price has already tapped into this OB, right? We have this let me use my annotations. We have this run on this guy here. Then we had the shift because if you look, we saw this guy here, which was like a break or shaker to the upside. Then
Mhm.
we didn't have a liquidity that is going to help this OB here.
Yes, we
So
did.
we ran the OB. So now this OB now here, price, I'm expecting price to come out. So after this second shift here now, taking a buy here or this particular level here, price has not swept any, like after this change of character to the upside, price has not swept any liquidity to engineer this buy. So the buy is not going to be really strong. You get, so I'm just waiting for price to, after all of this jargons is doing here, because I'm not seeing this thing as price action at all. It's not doing anything here for me. So I'm just waiting for price to come down, clear all of this stuff here, then we're taking our buy to this upside. And also, I want to point out to this guy, on this guy, I want to point out, Mr. Bafli, can you help me draw your trend line from this place, from here? Yes, help me draw it down. Yes, thank you, down.
Oh, okay.
Exactly, yes. So if you can see, we broke out of this trend line clearly. So we're already bullish and it has retested the trend line. But after the trend line retest, we still also haven't had any. So we have trend line liquidity here to take out. You get, Mr. K,
Yeah.
Mr. Vic rather.
Yeah.
Yes, so we have a trend line liquidity
Yeah,
for price to come back to take before the what's it called? Buy continuation. So that's just what I'm looking out for. But although I'm not waiting for price to come back to this 4 hours OB. I'll be taking this particular OB here, this OB here. I will just extend it and I'll take my buy from this level on this OB here.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah,
I'll put my stops below here.
exactly. That's how I'll be looking to take trade soon.
So that's
Now,
I'm not
just
using
All right. All right.
that OP
Thank you.
down.
All
now,
right. Thank
based on
you.
what we just said now, where Sterling is looking at as entry condition, I also consider it. I was seeing it from the point of psych price now, which
Right.
is this particular,
Right.
and exactly. So if you check
yes,
too,
it's side price, yes.
he has not gotten to that OB. So those are the two things I also I make use of for my
And
head and
if you
shoulder
also notice
pattern.
something about head and shoulder pattern, Mr. Barnes, can you help me draw your head and shoulder pattern too? One thing I've been
Okay.
observing about head and shoulder pattern, when price is coming to give us our second head, our what's it called? The
Yeah,
Second
head,
the
shoulder.
second
second
shoulder.
shoulder, sorry.
Second
Yes,
shoulder.
thank you. It takes like something like this. It comes back to this other shoulder here. You know, it comes back to tap this other shoulder to
Yeah.
continue the buy. Yeah, so I'll
Yes.
just take it from there, then put my stores below here.
Yeah. That's something I also do, especially if I'm trading the 1 minute or 5 minute entry conditions. I consider that a lot. I think there was entry we got on ADC chef last week. That was how I was able to get that entry. So I will be looking at pounds New Zealand. Me, I was looking at pounds AUD. They have almost the same this thing, but anyone that seems to be faster is what I'll be going with too. But I think pounds New Zealand has given a very good shift already now with what we have here on this 4 hours time frame.